Hello, this is Pira Luna, Tarot 808, with a tarot guidance, spiritual guidance for today. Today, the energy is a bit more dense than the other readings, and it makes sense because it's the end of the month, beginning of October, and we're probably looking at our whole year and the changes that we need to do. I'm sure we're all feeling overwhelmed, like this card, which is the Four of Swords. This is from the Wizards tarot cards from Barbara Moore. And as you can see, of course, she's tired, she needs a time to rest, and this is what the cards are telling me. We might be feeling like we've gotten to the limit of our strength, and the calling of this card is to take some time to rest and not to make any decisions at this time. But there's actually good things coming out of this discomfort, which you will see as we get further into the reading. The numerology for today is 10, with 10 is about completion, and it makes a lot of sense that that's the energy that we're getting for today. So, as I said, if you're feeling spent, take a time to rest. Don't If you feel like your mind is too overwhelmed, you're too anxious, you're too stressed, just give yourself some time off. Don't make decisions. If you needed to be productive today, forget about it, because you probably won't be able to achieve much if you're feeling all the pressure, or you're feeling anxious or stressed. And that's what I'm feeling from the reading, that we might be looking at our year and the things that didn't work out, or the things that are not working out right now. So we are in a bit of a low energy, and we're not able to see the good things that we still have going on. Like in the Five of Cups, she's crying over the spilled milk, over the things that didn't work, and she's missing to see the two cups that are on the back that are still there for her as great blessings. With the Devil card, I feel like these emotions of feeling trapped and overwhelmed, they come from feeling trapped, exactly, from feeling like we're running, doing the rat race, or we are running in circles and we're not getting anywhere, and that we're getting a lot of obstacles, and that is bringing us into a negative mindset. So it's a reminder not to get caught up in the negativity, that if you're feeling negative, of course, you're not going to see solutions. So just rest. Uh, Put your mind into something else that is not about the things that you need to solve, so that you can make better decisions when you feel balanced. So that the devil energy of feeling trapped and complications doesn't get the worst out of you, and might make you miss opportunities. And this is exactly what I mean with the Seven of Cups. We are looking, we it's important that we feel rested, or that we find our balance before we start looking at options that are going to bring us more satisfaction and fulfillment, or at the very least, they're not going to be so emotionally taxing as what we've been going through so far. And of course, this depends if it resonates, if you feel like this, if you feel like you're tired of your job, you're tired of a connection, romantic connection that no longer serves you, or maybe it's a relationship, a way to connect with your family that is no longer working. This is a great time first to rest, so that you're not making decisions or actions, or talking at a moment when you are on a very stressful mindset, but to relax, to find your balance, to find your center, and after that you can start looking for other options in taking your sweet time. Though the energy is also telling me, don't make any rash decisions. Again, here we have the Eight of Swords, and it's also about feeling trapped. It's mostly about mental entrapment. That you feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of things that you need to solve, and again, that's a very generalized feeling for the entire world at this time, especially. With the new variants and the vaccines and the need for boosters. But thankfully, the universe has good promises for us. God has good promises for us, that we don't need to feel this entrapment to know that this is not going to last forever, and there's actually opportunities for better abundance, for wealth, for more comfort. Maybe what you want is to move to another location. Maybe you rent, and you're having trouble with your neighbors, or you're having trouble with the tenant, or you're not feeling like you can have peace where at the rental home that you have. So you might want to search for other options as well, because the Ace of Pentacles can be about structures. So this is a good time to do that, but to do it in a calm way. That's the recommendation from the cards. Do it in a calm way, and don't make decisions when you feel you have your liver in your hand, or you're crying your eyes out, or any kind of emotional unrest. If you're not feeling balanced, you need to balance yourself first before you can start seeing good opportunities. That's very important. And yes, opportunities are going to come. October is a great time for new beginnings, for making new relationships at work, or maybe getting in contact with someone who can offer you or connect you to a better job, or they can connect you to a super nice rental place, or maybe someone that's going to connect you with the love of your life, if that's what you're looking for. Now with the cards, you'll see a repetition here. We go to because I asked for more cards as clarifiers. So this is again starting with the same message of Mars and Gemini, where we're feeling anxiety, we're feeling worry, we are overwhelmed. And it's the end of the month. I've been feeling like that at the end of the month, and especially Fridays, this collective energy. Even without reading the tarot cards, I can feel it myself. I can feel it on everybody around me, and of course, it makes a lot of sense because we have way more pressure than we used to have before the pandemic. We might be feeling like our connections, because the Mercury and Cancer on the Three of Cups is about our um, our connection to other people. We might be feeling like we're not having enough fun, or the people that we're connecting with are emotionally taxing us instead of bringing us joy. So we are, of course, getting into the realization that we're come to the time of completion. This is with the Ten of Wands, which is about burdens, about long trials, about the completion of long trials. And with the numerology 10, that also tells me that we've completed a cycle. And whenever something ends, whenever a cycle in our life ends, of course, it brings a lot of turmoil, and it brings anxiety in us because we don't know, we don't have certainty of what's going to happen next. But we do know that we're so uncomfortable enough, and that our strength is failing us already, that we know we need to do changes. We need to do drastic changes, but not drastic in like the haste decision, but like drastic changes on the long term. That it's time to put the burdens down in order to find our wealth, in order to find our abundance, in order to get our coin in a way that is not doesn't feel like it's sucking the life out of us. Or maybe it's a relationship, because also the Ace of Diamonds, or the Ace of Pentacles, is about also relationships, serious relationships. And for that, this depends if it resonates with you, that you might be feeling that you already you're done with the cycle of a relationship, but it's not progressing anymore, and it's no longer for you. And you're coming into this realization as the last drop falls on the glass and your cup, and you know that you had enough, and that it's time, and that you deserve something better. Because the Ace of Pentacles is about also feeling content. It's a great blessing. It's not only about having a fat bank account, or the newest car and the most luxurious home. It's about feeling comfortable with our resources, and our home, and our home life, and our relationships. It's a time where we are looking, and it makes a lot of sense that we're looking at the old and the new, and we're making decisions. I mean, by the other cards I can tell, and if this resonates with you, if you feel already overburdened by things that no longer have meaning for you in your life, you already know it's time to leave the old behind and start looking into the new, even if you don't have any certainty of the new. Looking, right? I said looking into new options. Don't jump into conclusions before you have all the details, before you've investigated in depth. With the Four of Swords, again, this is the first card that we got on the Wizard's card, with the lady in bed and feeling overwhelmed. This card is repeating itself because it's an important energy, it's an important feeling, it's a generalized feeling probably that we're all getting. But it's telling us, of thank God it's Friday. We can, hopefully you don't work weekends, so you can rest tomorrow and put your mind aside. Take Saturday off, just do nothing, or do things that are fun for you, and or relax, or just stay in bed and Netflix. And then when you feel balanced, you can start looking for other options in a very calm way. Again, actually, from the all the decks that I got, from all the decks that I used today, from the poker cards to the tarot cards, I got the Ace of Pentacles 4 times. Now that is very meaningful. That means that this is a great time to find things that are abundant and that makes us feel comfortable. Is a good time maybe to look for another apartment, or for a more serious commitment, or for a different way to make your coin. And that it's a favorable time to do so. With the Page of Wands, it also means, connected to the Ace of Pentacles card, it means that we want to feel more inspired by our structures, by our assets, in our home place, in our relationship, and or in our jobs. With the Ace of Cups, or the Ace, no, not the Ace, the Eight of Cups, or the Eight of Hearts, it means walking away from things that no longer serve us. Again, this is more validation about the energy and the message that I'm getting from the other cards. And this is the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is a scout, he's a detective, he's an investigator. This means that, as I was saying, yes, it is time probably to make changes if this resonates with you and you're feeling like this. But just make sure that whatever changes you make, that you first investigate thoroughly before doing a job application, before applying to a new rental place. Make sure you check, I don't know, if you want a new job, make sure you check with the people that work there. What are their feelings about the workplace, if they feel comfortable, because it would be terrible, right, for anybody. And that's something I wouldn't recommend, to jump out of the fire, out of the pan into the fire, right? Out of the, yeah, from the, what's it called? I don't know. I forgot the saying just now as I'm channeling. But you know what I mean. You don't want to get from a bad situation to a worse situation because you made haste decisions. So this is the recommendation: to check all the corners, to check well if you're going to make decisions. Don't make haste decisions, but that doesn't mean you cannot start investigating for new options, for better options, for things that are going to resonate more with you. And that's also going to help you. Looking for options and knowing that there's options is going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel like you're less trapped than the general feeling that you might be having. The Four of Cups would be about things that, it depends on a reading, but here I feel like we have discontent about what we're getting right now in our life. Again, in whatever way we relate to others, your life in general, romantic, your workplace, where you live, and you know you need to make changes. And again, that's how life pushes us to make changes. If we don't get uncomfortable enough with the routine, with the life, with the relationship, until it doesn't feel bothersome and emotionally taxing, usually we don't make changes. So it's a way of life of clearing up the space for better things to come into our lives. And with the Nine of Pentacles, which is that Nine of Pentacles is about reaping the fruits of your labor, when you feel you don't have to worry about money, you have mastered your skill, or you have given your home great maintenance and you feel comfortable in your home, or maybe you like working in your garden, or maybe the way you're working with your family. Um, it's it's about feeling content, and about this card is about feeling no lack and being able to relax. You have a nice bank account and you can take vacations whenever you want. So that's more or less where we're striving to get. We want to get to a place where we're not always stressed about money because our salary is never enough. For people that this would resonate, or maybe it's not about the money, maybe it's about being such a stressful job, or maybe it doesn't is a job where it doesn't make any sense how things are being managed, or maybe your coworkers are a pain, or so many other things, or maybe it's your relationship, and it's about feeling content with what you have. But in order for you to get to that stage, you need to work for it, right? And you need to make decisions. There's a saying that says that the medicine or the cure, no, the way to achieve happiness in life is to make decisions. There's no other way. Life is not gonna be perfect, and all the opportunities are gonna come and knock at your door. You have to look for them and you have to create them, and of course work hard for them. So with this card, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, for me, again, this is a reminder that we want to do things or build things, whatever we're building, as I said, in all the different areas, that it resonates with us, that it feels like a truth, like it resonates with our philosophy of life, and that you feel that there's no bullshit, that things are straightforward and clear, and they make sense, and they're orderly. Again, we have what this is with Nine of Swords again, and so again, I'm sure. And I was just checking Instagram, and I just saw another tarot reader getting or actually finding like a card in poker card in the street, and it was the Nine of Swords again, and it was just like an hour ago. I think this is a generalized feeling. We are feeling overwhelmed and anxious and stressed, feeling trapped with the lockdowns as well. And if you're traveling, it can be quite cumbersome to travel, even though you still can in some countries. Or you've gotten to the end, the completion of a cycle, and this discomfort that you're feeling is the right emotion to have, and it's like a kick in the ass in order to find something better for you, because nobody's gonna come and make your life better. You have to do it. You have to empower yourself. With the King of Swords upside down, you might be feeling like you're dealing with people that are irrational. They're very cross. They can be verbally abusive, or maybe the way they think makes absolutely no sense, and it totally creates so much anxiety in you. Well, I know I love truth and I love logic. Even, well, I'm a tarot reader, but I find a lot of logic and knowledge in tarot readings. But I'm the kind of person that is really annoyed by bullshit. Actually, I think everybody should be annoyed by bullshit. But maybe I'm allergic to bullshit. So maybe you're feeling like this is what you're getting on your plate. You're getting a bullshit soup. And if you had enough of it, and it's I mean, your body is telling you this is the end of something, and you need to begin something new, and you know that this is the truth. You know that whatever is going on doesn't resonate with your truth, doesn't resonate with who you are, and you want to cut free from it and bring more meaning into your life. Again, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is great. If you're looking for meaning, if why you're feeling anxious and worried and maybe even depressed or feeling trapped, know that there's a promise during this month of making or aligning your life with things that align better, like with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, that align better with your truth, that align better with your philosophy of life, that align better with creation, with things moving in a logical way, for things to work in a fruitful way. With the Star card, then it means it's a great time to do that. There's a lot of hope right now for new changes, for new opportunities. Thankfully, because with that heavy energy, we certainly need that touch, that help of luck from the stars. Probably that's the influence of Jupiter being very merciful with us, and seeing or balancing the scales, that we had enough stress and it's already time to for a break, and to go to the next level in our lives. And the cards are telling me with the Strength card that to have patience, that better things are coming, and not to despair. That's what I feel. That's an energy of despair mostly, and frustration in general. And I'm not surprised, because that's a generalized feeling at the end of the month, when during the pandemic we're seeing less money, the economy is not working as before, but that doesn't mean that there isn't money being made in different ways than what they were done before. So what it means is, because we're going through times of change, where things are falling down, where things are ending, with time frames in our life are ending, it's a great chance as well to build new things, new and better things, and just to be patient, and not to don't become like a stressed or like a hurt animal, because you might miss opportunities if you're in a negative frame. There's times or opportunities for inspiration, as I said. It's a great time for new beginnings. With these cards, the last three cards that I got, which is the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Wheel, I feel we're just like in like that energy of 1001, the end of something and the beginning of something new, like the end is the beginning of new things, of feeling discontent, or feeling like you're not being valued in a relationship, or you're not being valued in a company, and you're working very hard and you still have trouble paying all your bills. Know that this is a great time for the wheel to change its position, as I've been saying. And this the wheel card it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is a great lucky planet. So we're in times of change. If you started a job like 12 years ago, and now it feels like it's no longer your job, remember that Jupiter takes about 12 years to make its cycle around the solar system. So it might mean, if it's 12 years of a relationship, if it's 12 years of a job situation, if it's 12 years of living in a home that is no longer for you, there's great opportunities for change, because the wheel is changing in a very favorable way. Now, we must not forget, I got on this deck again the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords, and these were repetitive cards, apart from thankfully from the Ace of Pentacles. And this means that, of course, we're feeling stressed and anxious and overwhelmed, and it's normal to feel that way, but to remember not to make decisions when you're feeling like this, not to make decisions when you're not being your full self, but first, with the Page of Swords, to investigate very well your whatever you want to start a new relationship, or you want to look for a different place. Just take your sweet time, do investigate well, talk with all the people you need to talk to, check out how that neighborhood is, or how that work environment is, or this new person that shows in your life. Just check with people that will give you unbiased, of course, reviews. Who is this person? Just to be careful, because when we're very stressed, sometimes we don't make the best decisions. So the calling for today is to rest, it is okay to feel discontent, of course. A lot of us are feeling that way. It's been a lot of pressure for the entire world for the last 2 months, and we're finishing a cycle right now and at the end of September. But know that October brings great opportunities for new things to be built, for new jobs, for new relationships, for things that align more with us and align more with our philosophy, and that don't feel like punishment, right? If your relationship feels like punishment, if some relationships or some ways to dealing with your family feels like punishment, if your work feels like punishment, then it already has completed its cycle, and it is time for you to look for new things. And of course, by this, I'm not saying like quit your job ASAP. Please do not do that, because we're sailing difficult economical times. Don't leave your job, and don't tell anybody you want to leave your job, or no, the relationship. Well, if you're having relationship with your problems with your relationship, of course you should be telling your partner. But maybe you want to tell them once you're not having a hot head, once you're cool headed, and you can communicate better, because as well we're in Mercury retrograde. So and with the feeling of anxiousness and a bit of despair, is not the best time to be the best communicators. So just rest until you find your balance. Check everything, investigate well, and know that there's great opportunities for October. So hopefully that would give you hope and some light at the end of the tunnel, that things can change, and that but just for you to investigate well, and do not do any rash decisions. But if you're feeling like things are coming to an end, and you're feeling like things are not changing, and it's emotionally taxing, and with the number 10, it probably means you've come to completion of a life stage, and a stage in your life, and it's time to move to something new. I hope that was of help to you. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I will be doing a raffle for free readings for Halloween. And if you also subscribe to my Facebook account and my Instagram, I'll be throwing extra free readings in there. And check my website, Piedra Luna Tarot 808, if you want to check my reading options. I have a reading option for all budgets, and or maybe you just want to look around my website. I hope you have a great Friday, today being the day of Venus. Don't overdo it drinking. Or if you feel like very stressed and you feel like drinking everything you see, everything that's on your site, maybe it won't be the best day to join your friends. Maybe you want to stay at home. Just be careful, because it could be an energy of excess, because we're feeling emotionally taxed, and we might want to drown our sorrows in our vices. So just be careful about that. This is a better time to retreat, or to be with people that really bring you peace, that are people that bring you an anchor. Okay, so I hope that was of help, because the energy is a bit kind of heavy for today. But the great thing is that there's promises of great beginnings if you start looking for them. But first, rest. Find yourself in a nice mental place, and do your investigation about something new that you want. Take your time to do that. Don't make any haste decisions. Okay, hopefully that was of help, and blessings for you all.